We would like to welcome you to this meeting of the Provo City Board of Canvassers. The date is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. The time is 5:35 p.m. This meeting of the Board of Canvassers is being held in hybrid fashion. That is, members of the public can view the meeting on YouTube and Facebook, or they may attend in person in the council chamber at the Provo City Center. However, because coronavirus infection rates have risen to high levels again, some council member, staff, and presenters are opting to participate via Zoom. The board requests that attendees help maintain the decorum of the meeting by silencing electronic devices, being respectful to others, and refraining from applause or other outbursts during the proceedings of the meeting. We have here in the chambers Councilors Harding, Ellsworth, and Sewell participating remotely. We have Councilor Shipley. Just trying to get my Zoom going. Councilor Hoban, and I believe Councilor Fillmore will be joining us shortly. I don't see him at the moment, and Councilor Handley is excused. We also have Mayor Kafusi and members of the administrative and council staff with us. The first item on the agenda is a resolution of the mayor and the municipal council sitting as the Board of Canvassers, accepting the election results and declaring and certifying the results of the vote for primary elections held on Tuesday, August 10th, 2021. And this item is to be presented by Amanda Erkenbrack, City Recorder.
Thank you, Council and Mayor. I'm excited to be here tonight. The purpose of this meeting is to canvass the returns of the municipal election that was conducted on August the 10th. This was a vote by mail election, and it was done in conjunction with Utah County. So I will go ahead and see if I have control of the screen here. Can everyone see what's being shared?
No, not yet.
Not yet. We can see you and hear you, but
Let's see. Okay, there we go.
there we go. We see the resolution now.
Great, thank you. Okay, let's actually go ahead and start with the report. If you could just switch to that. Okay, great. So, as I mentioned, this election was held on August 10th. It was a vote by mail election. We had 45,441 active registered voters in the mayor and citywide race. There were a total of 11,299 ballots cast, which is a voter turnout of 24.87%. That's just slightly lower than it was last election, but not by too much. And then in the District 5 race, we had 7,297 total registered voters, and we had 1,242 ballots cast, and that was a voter turnout of 17.02%. Of the ballots that were received, there were 183 that could not be counted. Of those, 40 were returned unsigned, 21 did not match the voter's signature on record, 1 envelope was returned without a ballot, and 121 ballots were returned after the deadline. So, the candidates who were nominated for office and whose names will appear on the ballot for the position of mayor are Michelle Kafusi and Kenneth W. Dudley. For council citywide, Catrice McKay and Aaron Scapeland. If we could just scroll down a little bit. Thank you. For District 5, we have Rachel Whipple and Coy Porter. And then if we can go ahead and switch over to the resolution, I'll go through the details of the ballots that were cast. Thank you. Okay, so in the race for mayor, we could just scroll down a little bit. We had 11,156 votes cast. 7,593 were for Michelle Kafusi, 1,750 for Kenneth Dudley, 927 for Neil Mitchell, 730 votes for Caleb Reeve, 156 votes for M. David Jetto Sanchez. With that, Michelle Capusi and Kenneth W. Dudley had the highest number of votes and will be nominated for the office of mayor. And if we can just scroll down. Thank you. And then in the race for citywide one, we had 11,094 votes cast, 4,214 for Catrice McKay, 3,626 for Aaron Scabland, 2,286 for Hawk Vu. And we'll just scroll down a little bit more. And we had 986 for, Landon B. Johnson. So with that, Catrice McKay and Aaron Scabland had the highest number of votes, and they are nominated for the office of Provo City Council, Citywide 1. And then in the District 5 race, we had 1,242 votes cast. 638 were for candidate Rachel Whipple, 460 for Coy Porter, 144 for Zach Green. So Rachel Whipple and Coy Porter have been nominated for the office of Council Member District 5. And that's the presentation I had for you this evening. If anyone has any questions, I would be happy to answer those.
Councillor Ellsworth.
Yeah, I think, can you hear me? Is it on?
Should be.
I think there was just a misstatement on one of the votes. It was 968 or 986.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you, Councillor Ellsworth.
Yeah, her mic's not working.
I'm sorry. I think there was just a misreading of one of the numbers. Was it 968 votes or 986 votes?
Oh, I apologize. 968 for Landon Johnson. Is that the one you were referring to?
Yes, thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks for catching that.
Any other comments or questions? All right. This body is somewhat unique. It's the only body that I know of where the city council and the mayor all vote together as a single body. And in this environment, the mayor is able to make motions and participate just like any other board member. So let's see, is there anything else that we need? Oh, let's see, I almost forgot public comment. This item is open for public comment for any who wish to comment before we certify the results. And are we seeing anyone online? I don't see any hands raised online either. Seeing no comments, we will close the public comment and bring it back to the board for any discussion. Mr. Harding?
Yeah, I was curious if I could ask Ms. Ergenbrack if she could just go over a little bit. The city was responsible to administer this election, and just who we decided to partner with and what kind of safeguards are in place, what kind of track record we have as far as election security.
That is a great question. Thank you. So we contracted with Utah County. We've done that since I've been in this role, and even before then. It was a vote by mail election. Ballots go out 3 weeks prior to the actual date of the election. And then Utah County is responsible for collecting and processing and counting those ballots. Provo City is responsible for kind of helping the candidates, communicating with the candidates. We take their declarations, but the county is actually the one who is responsible for election security. So I would refer any questions regarding the security to the county. But to my knowledge, they've got an excellent track record. They follow all the applicable election laws, and I've never had a problem personally. But I know that Josh Daniels would be happy to address any specific questions or concerns.
Thank you very much for that. And in years past, particularly when we were looking into the question of whether to adopt the vote by mail as our main process, we had many presentations, and we went through very carefully how the signatures are matched and the process. And from those presentations and from our past experience and past results, I'm very confident in the system that we have in place. I think we have many individuals with great integrity and a very robust system that is in place in order to make sure that our elections are run freely and fairly.
True.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. I feel the same way. There are no further comments. I will look for a motion from board members.
And this is always the council so kind. They always allow me to make this motion because it's the only one I ever get to make at their meeting. So thank you for allowing me this. And I often have to catch myself from not voting and saying yes and things like that. But this time I get to say it out loud instead of catch myself in my mind. So I would like to make a motion that we accept the Board of Canvassers for this primary election 2021.
We have a motion by Mayor Kafusi. Second by Councillor Harding. Is there any further discussion on the motion?
Council Chair, if I may, just quickly, because often as soon as we vote, we close. So let me also just express appreciation for all the candidates who ran. We live in a democracy, and if voters do not have good choices at the ballot box, then what's the point of our democracy? It's not really a democracy if we don't have choice at the ballots, and we need good people to stand up, and that is a scary thing to do. So let me just hats off. Thank you for bringing that up on the board again. We have the names of many who didn't make it past the primary, but still my gratitude goes out to everyone who was willing to throw their hat in the ring, and then also the neighbors, the family members, the friends, all the supporters that allow us to run, and for those who are elected to serve. This really is a community effort, a community activity. So, but thank you to everyone who ran.
Thank you. Amen. All right, if there are no further comments, I'll call for a vote on the motion. All in favor? Aye. And remotely, Councillor Shipley,
Yes.
Councillor Fillmore, you're muted.
Yes.
Councillor Hoban? Is he with us? I know he's traveling. Apparently not. Okay, so in favor, we have Mayor Kafusi, Councillors Ellsworth, Sewell, Harding, Shipley, and Fillmore, with Councillor Hoban and Councillor Handley excused. That concludes our business as the Provo City Board of Canvassers. If there is no objection, we will now adjourn by unanimous consent.